Check, baby, check, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, check. Well, today we got aliens, we got Mrs. Russell lying to people, and no, we don't. This is Your Support Group Podcast, home of the #1 podcast that supports you at what you like to do. I just gotta say, we gonna fake it until we make it. Now, everybody knows that saying. I want to know today whether or not that actual saying actually works in life. How many people actually faked it until you made it, or made it, or whatever? And when I even said it this morning, I was like, me saying it, like, we're going to talk about faking it until we make it. And it kind of made me laugh to myself because I was like, there's so many people that say that, but do they actually fake it? I find that a lot of people actually learn the skills to become what they wanted to become during that whole faking it process. Whether or not you want to call it faking, I think is just you having a lack of knowledge and working your way to that point and getting the understanding of what you're doing, and then you actually make it and take off. Because if you was consistently fake, I don't think you would actually take off or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, how many people have you heard say that saying, Q, and actually be like fake and phony for real? But I mean, in a sense, not as skilled, but actually just like totally just like fake.
I mean, you see it and you can tell because with doing something comes a certain amount of knowledge. And eventually, if you don't, like you said, if you don't obtain those skills, that knowledge, people will start to find you out. Like if you are doing a podcast on health and wellness, and then every time somebody asks you a question about this particular health topic, and you suddenly, you haven't done the research, you don't have the knowledge or the know-how behind that, and you're telling people a bunch of foolishness, and then there's somebody actually listening, they're like, wait a minute, 2 + 2 is coming up to 75. That don't quite work out. So
Yeah. Yeah. Like even when I started this podcast was basically just, it started with me just trying to find a way to like just talk and just get out like some thoughts I had inside my head in a weird sort of way. And that's even why I named it Your Support Group, because to me, this was like my support group in a sense, because I had just, came from working out of town for 6 months. I was trying to adjust back to home life. It was a weird time for me. And so I was trying to find some grounding within that. So that's why, a lot of the subjects or the topics that we discuss on Your Support Group has to deal with life, because a lot of times people just miss out the conversation on life. They want to go to work, they want to go home, and they miss out the whole entire conversation of what happened in between those things, And the thing with me was I just wanted to be as authentic as I possibly could. And sometimes it may have come across a little bit crazy or a little bit aloof, but that's who I am. I'm crazy. And I'm a little bit thrown off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I got some brains. I got some good common sense. I came from good crop. That crop might have been a little bit on the crazy side, but that crop was good, and I just wanted to share those things with people, my life experiences, and hope that, those life experiences would grow into something for them, like, oh, okay, well, he said this, that, and the third, and I experienced something similar. So maybe I can look at the bright side of it. And that was the end game of it, was just to look at the bright side of all this stuff. Then I realized, I needed some sort of iron to sharpen my iron. I couldn't be here 24/7, 365 talking about some, yeah, so when you're at home and you folding clothes and you get static cling, and it would get boring real quick. So I needed somebody to bounce that off. Life is a big puzzle we all trying to solve. And whether or not we get to actually solve that just depends on us. How much effort and stuff we put into it. So to fake it until you make it, that's saying you can't really call it true, because you're faking it until you learn. And if you learn, then you become a better person and you teach others, or you go on to, do this big thing that you want to do. But at the same time, if you faking it until you make it and it's not for you, then you just wasted everybody's time. Basically, you are not faking it until you make it. You are a con artist. You are a fraud.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. It's not faking it until you make it. You're a con artist.
Yeah. And in some professions, I would highly not recommend faking it until you're making it, because I don't want to be on no airplane and you talking about you got 2 hours of YouTube experience. I'm gonna need you to know how to fly that plane. Please.
Look, I
Not
do
out there
not
on the
need you.
island.
I do not need you standing up over my teeth talking about you faking it until you making it. No, 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 no. I need
You
all
know?
my teeth to look like chiclets, basically. Look like they always been. Nice, good chiclets, all in a row. And I don't want them to look like I floss with a chainsaw.
Right.
If you faking it till you make it and you call yourself a doctor, I don't want my toes connected to my booty. No.
No.
So
No.
those are professions that you do not fake it until you make it.
Yeah, right. Don't be out there talking about you about to fight a bull and you ain't never really did that. You don't know nothing about bulls. You about to get stabbed up with some horns and shit.
Damn it, Q. You should have waited till I got done swallowing.
You out there
Pause.
talking about Olay.
Olay. Oh shit.
Don't be out there with the foolishness.
No.
Don't do it.
No, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Now there's an other end to this. You got the people that fake it till they make it, and then you got the people that's very similar to me, and I like to downplay a lot of my skills, and I don't know why I do that. But I like to downplay a lot of my skills, like when I go to like a new job or something like that, and it's something that I always was told, I guess, that's like embedded in the back of my mind. Don't let them pimp you for all your skills. So a lot of times I downplay all that I know how to do, and then all of a sudden somebody be stuck or something like that, and then I just lean over and be like, da da da. Here you go. Da, da, da. And they be like, you know how to do this? Yeah, I did it for 10 years. You did? Yeah. And only
Right.
people that really knows that kind of stuff about, anybody or somebody that they hire is the managers that actually hire them and look at their resume. And a lot of times those managers don't look at your resume. They see certain skills, their eyes go to certain things, or with technology the way that it is, AI, which we had a whole conversation about how AI can be biased. But AI can actually just pull out certain things on your resume, send that over to the hiring manager, and that's how the conversation starts, and they want to hire you. A lot of times, like I said, people don't look at the resume. So you'll be sitting there highly skilled, and they'll never know. Have you ever seen anybody downplay their skills like that?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I do the same thing, because it becomes a thing where you have all these skills and people will take advantage of what you know how to do. And they don't want to pay you for what you know how to do. Oh, you know how to do that. Like
Yep.
I was doing reports for the lady over me. She wouldn't even put my name on the report. She would send the information up, taking all the credit for the stuff that I was doing, and then would never, say thank you or anything like that. It's like, wow.
Yeah. The same thing was happening to my wife. She'll never admit it, but I used to listen to her talk, and I said it to myself. I said, somebody's attaching their name to your skills, and now that she's no longer working with that person, everybody sees, and she don't got like 3 raises back to back off of everybody seeing that these are her actual skills and more, because that person was also acting as a gatekeeper or blocking her from, her blessing. And I told her, I said, eventually that stone is going to have to move out the way. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Hallelujah.
I say.
Yeah. But So I've seen that part before. And it's scary that people, you have to safeguard yourself like that out here in the world because people don't want to pay you what you're worth.
Mhm.
Yeah. Back to the beginning topic. So,
Mhm.
so your girl lied, huh? The girl
Oh.
lied about being snatched. Yeah, and I won't call that faking it until you make it. I don't know what she was trying to fake herself into. Some people are just attention whores. And I say that not using the whore part as that part for a
Right,
woman,
talking about her.
but
Mhm.
attention whore. Some people are attention whores. Some people can't get enough of it. And maybe, maybe she had all the attention in the world at home. She had a boyfriend. She had, a nice looking dude too. Not that I look at dudes, but he's a nice looking dude. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying, her family sound like they are very good family. Maybe something inside her head, maybe she was under some stress, maybe she glitched, and said, well, I need more attention, or I need more love, or I need more hugs or something. I don't know. But I just find it weird that she would just play along with it and just do that. I think
It's
that
kind of one of
she
those things where, like, you decide, I'm going to go to Pilot Mountain. And you're like, I'm going to take the hard trail. And so you think, you start
right,
going up the trail and you're like, okay, it's not too bad. But then you start getting some rocks and you like, it's steep. And you're like, but you in it now. You got to go up.
right,
You got to
right,
go up to
right,
get
right.
down.
It's like somebody once told me. They said, they was telling me, I was like, why you lie? It was like, well, once I told the first lie, it was pretty hard, tell the truth from there. So I just kept on telling lies. So I'm like, damn, like it's a whole like 3 years worth of lies.
It's
So
a snowball effect.
I fully, completely understand that. But I think once she seen the public outcry, I think she was too scared to go back and say the truth,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sad, that they going to try to put her as the face of black women for a minute. I'm sorry, I just
Yeah.
gotta say it. I'm saying it's sad that they're gonna try to put her as the face of black women for a minute. Oh, she had a side dude, and she was, secretly gonna go see the side dude, and then she Googled all this stuff, and I'm like, yo, like
It's
we already know
sad. I
how this
mean,
gonna
but
play
that's
out.
her situation is like, you're not going to see a lot of any people doing that kind of foolishness. Like I feel like you said, she had a moment of just temporary insanity where she was just like, I'm gonna do this one thing, and she didn't expect it to blow up like it did. And then once she told the first lie, she had to keep going because what else could she do? She got to keep going. I mean, you in it now. You
All
in
right, yeah, you in it, you in the trenches.
it.
And then
It's hard.
and then like it's just astounding, like I always say, how the internet just takes it and just runs with it, and they just took it and ran with it.
Oh, they wasted no time.
No
They
time.
wasted no time.
Mm-mm. they matter of fact, the internet knew before the cops knew that she was lying.
Right, but
um
hope one minute it was like, fine Carly. The next minute they had her own memes, and I say, man, y'all turn on a person quick, quick.
Listen, that's why when people try to go hard on us, that's why I try to get right at them real quick. Just hit them with them jabs, like bang, 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 bang. Because what you ain't gonna do is you ain't gonna have me on no meme talking crazy about me. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. You ain't gonna do that. Nothing attached to your support group is ever gonna be in the meme talking crazy about it. Um, Now the other crazy thing is that's going on in the news right now. Have you heard of this alien thing?
I did briefly.
Yeah, your whole face and demeanor turned. You was like, I don't know how to handle this one. I did briefly.
Look, being in the Air Force, you mean you always kind of know something strange is out there, but they ain't gonna never really tell it. That's why I'm surprised they started talking about it now.
So I feel like this is a distraction for something. I don't know. I said the same thing. Me and a friend of mine was talking about it. And I was like, why did they just come out with this all of a sudden? And then the guy kind of acts like almost like he was a plant, almost in a sense. Like he just like starts saying stuff and making it seem like they found biological things like body parts and stuff like that, or people was actually killed for it, and he didn't want to name names and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, like you already in front of the cameras. If they're gonna take you out, they're gonna take you out.
Yeah, they will find you.
Yeah, I just feel like, like unless there's more to it and some more bigger names come forward, I just kind of shrug it off. Because call me crazy all you want to and call me conspiracy theorist, but I believe there is something like, we wasn't the only thing that was created. I mean, dinosaurs was around before us, so come on, and we may be the aliens. You never know. them aliens we may have came here light years ago and came here to surveillance the place. So a couple of 100,000 of us came here to surveillance the place and cultivated and everything like that. And during that time, our homeland may have evolved. You know what I'm saying? We may have been like in some type of chronological biosphere that just held us at the same age, and they evolved and we didn't. Hey, look, when you think about it, right? This is the crazy thing. When you think about it, we went from dinosaurs to us. Like we didn't coexist with the dinosaurs.
No.
And then we just evolved from some apes, quote unquote. That's what they say. Come on, man. Come on. We the aliens.
I mean, I believe that we are something. I mean, we destroy the damn planet every day. Shit.
Hey,
planet was good before we got here.
That's what I'm saying. And all of a sudden, it's perfect for us. It went from high oxygen and dense air and giant bugs to little teeny tiny bugs now, and we the big thing. Like, come on, man. We don't came here millions and millions of years ago. Our ship is in the Antarctica. It's just buried under some ice. Nobody knows. Okay, so now that we've established that Kitty is crazy, I guess I ought to tell you, if nobody told you today that we love you, we do. And if you haven't had the opportunity, go ahead and check out our website, www.ysgpodcast.com. And if you haven't had an opportunity to subscribe, listen, the button is right there. Like right there. Right there. Just click that button. There you go. Click it. All right. Put the bell on. There you go. All right. So now that we got that established, we'll see you next week. Peace out. Yes, support.